we're gonna switch gears back to Colony House just a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song to play live?
Oh man, it's this is a this is a tough one. I'm actually going to choose a dark horse as an answer
Mhm.
because it's both my favorite when I play it well and my least favorite when I screw it up. Uh, Julia from the new record
Mhm.
is really fun to play. However, it's also kind of a mind trip, specifically with the verses and the bass part. Well, I guess the second verse is the only verse that I actually play bass on. On the recording, I don't think there's any real bass. I think it's all programmed.
Really?
And Ben Shive, our producer, wrote the bass parts, and they're insane. I freaking love them. It's funny, actually. This is a little nugget for you. All of my favorite Colony House bass parts,
Oh,
I have not written. Um, so Caleb is a killer bass player. Many people probably don't know that. And often when we're in the studio, Scott is too. The three of us kind of like ping pong back and forth ideas. And like the Leave What's Lost Behind bass track is actually Caleb Chapman. He tracked it, he wrote
Really?
it, and he tracked it. And I love playing that song because I love the way that he wrote that part. Um, and there's a couple other on like Only the Lonely, and I can't remember, having trouble remembering on that one. But anyway, the Julia bass parts, specifically in the second verse, are very bouncy, and I don't actually even know what time signature everything's in. Like it kind of flows between some different meter and stuff. But playing the second verse on bass and singing the BGV parts, they're not like they don't line up rhythmically, if that makes sense. So
Mhm.
like boom ba boom ba do ba do ba da is this walkie bass line
Mhm.
that is completely syncopated to the rhythm of what the BGV part is.
Mhm.
So learning that, I mean, I definitely felt like I was in middle school because I was like, I mean, it took so much trial and error to actually like teach my brain to be able to independently sing a part that's a different rhythm from what I'm playing with my
Yeah.
hands. It's crazy. But like when on days that I nail it, it just it feels so satisfying. Um, but there's definitely been a few shows like the first night of the drive-in show that we did a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
It was cold and rainy and windy, mind you. Not that I'm using that as an excuse, but I definitely slipped up a few times and was like, ah, dang it, not Julia. It's too much. It's so much fun to play, but it's also super difficult to play. So that's my answer.
Which leads us into the next question. Tell us about Everybody's Looking for Some Light and the drive-in experience you guys hosted.
Man, it was. I'll say this first. Caleb Chapman is a force. He has so much creativity in him. It is astounding. He had the idea to pool and compile, all this footage that we and fans had gathered
Mhm.
over the span of this past year, specifically on our trip out west, and then on the first half of the Leave What's Lost Behind tour. And it's crazy because, as he started diving into all this footage, he realized that there is this narrative that uh, there is an actual story to be told. Um, and so, truly, I mean, 99% of that film was Caleb just like digging, searching, editing, bringing us all in for like kind of interviewee kind of stuff. And um, by the time, we actually didn't see like me and Caleb, or sorry, me, Will, and Scott had not seen the film until the premiere. He was basically, I mean, we had seen most of it, but like not in its final state. Um, and it was a pretty cool experience getting to see it for the first time, with my wife and my son, and then all of the bandmates and their families on the big screen. Yeah, whenever he was in the middle of making the film, we were trying to figure out like what can we do with this? Maybe we can like go to people's homes and like play it for them, and then play an acoustic show or something like that. And then we were like, wait a second, what if we literally put on our own drive-in show? And so we did, and we premiered the movie, and then took an intermission of an hour, and then played a show. And everyone was socially distanced and wearing masks, and we had vendors and merch, and it was insane. It was so much fun, and playing a show for the first time in 7 months was, like I said with the Julia song, it was humbling in the moments when it'd screw up just because of lack of practice. But then it was also just such a joy to find ourselves in that same place that we, feel like we're supposed to be, playing music for people and connecting with people. And it was really cool uh, we opened for ourselves with the movie, but it was really cool to see people's response to both the movie and the show. It was insane.
That's so cool. I wanted to go so badly, but I was actually going to Kansas City that weekend, and I worked the night before I left. So like the first night I was at work, but the whole time I was thinking like, man, I wish I was there right now.
It was special. We were bummed that you couldn't be
Oh
there.
yeah.
If ever in the future we do something similar, I got you. I
Really?
got you.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I'll
I
be
got
there in
you.
the future.
All right, perfect.
Is
Count on it.
I will. I'll shoot you an email.
Yes, please do.